we are filming a little get ready with me today. I feel like I haven't done one of these in forever, truthfully, and the main reason is because usually like on the weekends whenever I am getting ready to go somewhere, like it's kind of in a rush, and today I finally have some time, so I figured we could chat about a couple of things that I just wanted to talk about and, you know, just kind of catch up on. So just about like some vacations and things that we have coming up next year that I'm super excited about, and just some life updates. So yeah, I'm probably going to be doing honestly a similar look to all of my other get ready with me's, because I just have this like base makeup that I usually wear that I really like how it looks and it goes with any outfit, so that's gonna be what I'm doing today. So I really would like to get into some more, you know, like get ready with me and makeup content, but I am kind of just at this point in my life where I don't want to buy products that I know I'm not going to use continuously, so I, you know, just kind of want to use what I have. But I am probably gonna do eventually, you know, like a makeup refresh and try some new things, but as for now we're just gonna be using the same products. But as with that being said, I'm gonna, you know, start this the same way that I start all of my get ready with me. The last couple times I have done my makeup, I've been using this Clinique spray. It's basically just like a moisture spray, and I feel like it works really well to keep your like skin hydrated and just make sure makeup come out really nice. I'm almost out of it though, and I've had that spray forever, so I don't even know if it's like still good, but it's been working for me, so that's what I've been using. So we're gonna start off with that, and probably just start off with this. So I usually just do that and let it like sit on my skin. It's Clinique Moisture Surge Face Spray, Thirsty Skin Relief. And my skin lately has been super dry, and honestly, I am filming this with my front camera, so if this doesn't, you may not even be able to see like the labels on these things, so that's my bad. So I probably won't show the labels because I just thought about that. But anyway, I really like what it adds. My skin's been really dry lately, which is weird because truthfully, it's normally not that dry, but I also have been like not being consistent with my like skincare as much as I usually am, so that's my bad. But yeah, so I just usually start with this, and then I did get the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. I tried the Milk Makeup one, and this is basically a dupe for the Milk Makeup one, and it's like a fraction of the cost. I loved the Milk Makeup one, but I think this one actually works just as good, if not better, so I've been using it. And yeah, so oh shit, totally missed my head. This is why you don't use your front camera as a mirror, so that's my bad. All right, we gotta use the mirror for this. But so next year, and I usually just rub this in with my hands, truthfully, because I feel like it works just fine. So next year we are going on 2 cruises, and the first one is actually coming up February 3rd or February 2nd. We're leaving, so we actually invited some friends to go with us on this cruise. So I'm not really sure, like, I'm still gonna film and everything, but obviously, you know, gonna be respectful, and like we're hanging out with friends too, so it's not gonna be like the main focus, but I am gonna film it because we are doing Royal again, and we're actually taking another ship, which is the Independence of the Seas, and we're going on a 5-night cruise to like just like a Western Caribbean cruise, so, or Caribbean, I'm not really sure how you say that, but that's just what we're doing. And I am really excited about it, honestly, because I know I did mention I didn't love Royal Caribbean the last time we went on the cruise. I did like it, but I just wasn't a fan of like all the extra added costs that they try to sell to you. But I think I'm over that a little bit now, because if you actually catch the cruises on a really good like sale, you can save so much money. And even if you book the cruises and later they become lower, you can call Royal Caribbean and they will give you a discount. I literally just saved, like when I was telling my friends about this cruise to go on, I saved $100 because like $100 plus I got a $76 onboard credit because the prices had dropped since the last time I had looked, and I wasn't keeping up with it, and I should have been. So that was beneficial to us. And then you know, so it just kind of worked out. I'm going to use the Maybelline Superstay 24-hour skin tint. I mixed 2 colors to get the color of my like skin right now, because I feel like it's still, I go for walks like outside and stuff a lot, and I don't always wear sunscreen, so my skin color's a little, I'm not really sure what it is right now. So I mix 220 with 118 to get the shade that I use. Yeah, as you guys know, if you've been watching my videos, I did start taking tirzepatide, and I've actually been enjoying it so far. However, I'm worried I probably need to like up my dose, because I don't feel like I did lose 3 pounds the first week, but this week I have not lost a single pound, and I've done everything exactly correct, so I have no idea what's going on. But, you know, obviously I guess you can't lose weight every single week, but it would have been nice. So yeah, that's going well. And yeah, the second cruise next year that we are going on is also from Royal Caribbean. It's in December of next year, but it's a 7-night cruise. I've never gone on a cruise for longer than 5 days or 5 nights, so I'm really excited about that one. Honestly, I really like cruising, and I feel like I really like cruising because I feel like it's the most like affordable way to see many different locations with one trip. And also it's kind of similar to an all-inclusive where you pay once and you don't really have to pay for anything else, and you just have to bring cash obviously and include the gratuities. But I really like the how you can put your deposit down and you have so many months to pay it off, so it makes it really affordable to plan further vacations out. So we do really want to go on an Alaskan cruise, so maybe that's for 2026. I will have that planned. We may still end up going somewhere else next year. I'm just not sure yet what we're gonna do. It may just be the beach like we typically do, but us being able to go on 2 cruises next year is amazing. So I'm actually getting ready to go to a friend's for dinner. They invited us, me and Nathan, to dinner at their house, and I am super excited because I love going to dinner, especially if I don't have to cook it. So, but yeah, so that's what I'm actually getting ready for. And then, you know, now I know I feel like I suck at doing these because I feel like I'm always all over the place. I'm so sorry. What I was saying is that, yeah, so you can actually, you know, see so many different locations when you go on a cruise, and you don't have to pay as much money. And I also did want to, you know, just mention, since they do have that option where you can book the cruises so far out, and I'm not talking about like a firm either. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about you pay your monthly deposit through Royal Caribbean, because I think a lot of people probably don't even know about this. But you pay your, not monthly, you pay your deposit when you first book your cruise, right? And then sometimes, usually it's like $200 or like $500 or something like that, depending on how far away the cruise is. And then, you know, you'll have so many months until they charge you for the full amount. So what I do is try to book it as far out as possible, and then that way I can divide by the amount of months before we go, so I know how many monthly payments to make on it before it's completely like needs to be paid off, and it just works out so much easier. So I do feel like a lot of people maybe don't see it that way. As far as like the excursions and stuff like that, that's a little bit different. And then flights too. I was trying to find the best ways, like, of when you should book your flights to go on cruises, or not cruises in general, but just like before you fly somewhere. And somebody said between 2 months before you leave, and I kind of found that to not be the case for me specifically, because right now, and I don't know if it's because I don't live near a major airport, because we had to fly out of Huntsville, and the Huntsville airport is very small. It's like a really small airport. So it doesn't typically have like all the major airlines that fly out of it. So we usually use Delta, or we drive to Nashville and fly out with Southwest. But I actually found that the parking at the Nashville airport costs so much money that you're still cheaper if you book with Delta. So we've learned now basically that we really only want to book flights with Delta out of Huntsville, and just kind of keep like to one airline to maybe get frequent flyer miles and status with them. So that's what we have started to do, and we'll probably continue to do, especially like all of our big trips that we want to go to out of the country and everything. It's just gonna be, it's also a lot more convenient because Nashville is 2 hours away from us, so driving to Nashville is not always the move. But yeah, so I think for the most part, like whenever I booked our flights, which I just booked them actually, because I was gonna wait until November because, you know, we're not flying out until February, but the more recent times that I've looked, the less flights there are actually like seats available. So it seems like there's not that many planes that are flying out of Huntsville that day. So that's, you know, sucks for us, but I still ended up pretty cheap on the flights because I think it was for both of us like $700 to fly out of Huntsville to Miami, which sucks. You know, it does suck because I feel like they could be so much cheaper than that. And if there was a Southwest that flew out of Huntsville, girl, I would be taking so many trips because we would be saving so much money. But anyway, so we're just gonna deal with it and fly with Southwest. Fly with Delta. So that's what we're doing. But yeah, I'm really excited because we never get to travel with friends, like ever. We don't have tons of friends, and so whenever, you know, I met my friend that we're going with now, I was really excited that they like to travel. So if everything works out and they get to go, I think it'll be great. So yeah. So I wanted to talk about something else too. So I know you guys, if you've been here for a while and you watched my weekend vlogs and things like that, you would have seen like we used to spend a lot of money. We used to go and like just every single weekend, like my weekend vlogs would be us just going and spending money basically on like stupid shit. And us in general, we have really changed that about us. So, you know, eventually we do obviously want to buy a house, and it just seems like a really impossible goal at this point because of the cost of living here, and the houses and everything are so expensive. And I feel like the issue that we keep running into is that now, like, we live in this neighborhood and we love this neighborhood so much that we really want to buy a house in this neighborhood. But in this neighborhood, the houses are very expensive. So it's just kind of seeming like an impossible goal to reach at this point. So, you know, we've been really trying to cut back on our spending. We've done a really good job about that, honestly. Like, my main focus for the rest of this year, really, and like from this whole year in general, has really just been to get out of debt, which, you know, a lot of people, I feel like that's the problem I have with so many influencers now, I feel like, is that they just promote so much consumerism and, you know, just unrealistic expectations. Obviously, you know, it's their money, they can do what they want with it, but promoting this lifestyle of unrealistic expectations to such an impressionable audience, you know, I feel like is kind of icky. And I realize there really are so many influencers out there that just promote these unrealistic expectations of a lifestyle, and that they're traveling all the time and they're doing this and they're doing that, and everybody wants lives like theirs. And, you know, and I feel like it's important for people to see real people who make, you know, that have real, obviously influencing, like, that's a real job, but who have like 9-to-5 jobs, corporate jobs, or whatever, that still can promote like what a realistic lifestyle looks like. So for me, like, mainly like this whole year and the way that like the economy has been and everything is like the main focus that I have, and that like Nathan has, is that we just want to be completely debt free. We don't want to have to spend any of our extra money on credit card debt, like credit card bills, like all those things, and then like anything that we like finance, like furniture wise, or any of that stuff that we pay monthly payments on, that even if it doesn't gain interest, we want to get it all paid off. Because right now, being able, I feel like, to access your full income and use it on whatever you want just seems like such a good idea, because why wouldn't you want that, you know what I mean? And now you see all these influencers that are promoting buying new vehicles, spending millions of dollars on this and that and all this, and consumerism. I get it. We live in an economy that thrives on consumerism. So I completely understand that. Everybody can spend money on whatever they want, but I personally want to be able to travel and want to be able to spend money on what I want, but also still have money. Like, I think we just kind of turned into a society that lives beyond their means. And it's so easy to get caught up into, to get used to it, you know, to get a pay raise and then be like, oh yeah, I make so much more money now, I should spend all this extra money that I make, instead of focusing on ways to create more wealth. So I feel like I've learned a lot this year on ways to generate wealth, and things that I'm doing wrong that I could be doing better. With that being said, like, I feel like my goal in general right now is to have the least amount of payments to keep up with possible. Like, I want to have to only worry about, because like Nathan pays the rent and then I pay utilities, and then like everything else, basically like groceries and like subscriptions, things like that. I want to have the least amount of payments possible. I do not want my hard-earned money going to a credit card to pay off that I spent the money on that I didn't currently have, and then have to pay more than the money that I spent on there because I paid interest on it. So I just feel like right now in my life, it's really important to, be debt-free, just based on the economy and the way that things are going right now too. And if the hopes is that like I'm ever going to get to be able to buy a home eventually, then like I feel like in order for me to be able to do that and still have money to do things that I want to do, because the last thing that I ever want to do is be house poor. I don't want to buy a house that's more than like I can afford, or that's just what I can afford, and then that I can not do anything else that I want to do to have fun with my life. Because I feel like for me and Nathan, like, we don't want children. We're not planning on having kids in our future. Literally us doing what we do in our spare time is basically like what we do in our free time is what we get to do in our free time. I mean, it's just, how do I explain that? It's important for us to make the most of our time. And for me specifically, I feel like I got caught up at some point in the trends, the consumerism trends, all this and all that. You have to have this, you have to have that, and easily influenced by the internet on things to buy. And and I get it. Everybody falls, trap into that. So it's just, what's scary though is that we have all of these really young, really impressionable, like Gen Z and then after Gen Z kids that are growing up in this consumerism, overspending economy, thinking that, oh, this is how I should live my life. I should live my life spending money that I don't have on my credit cards to buy the next coolest trendy thing on TikTok and this and that. And I feel like that's the issue. And I think, truthfully, that I'm just over it. I'm over the overspending, because at the end of the day, like, because we don't have kids or anything like that, we kind of just do whatever we want to do. You know what I mean? Like, we have freedom to do whatever we want to do and travel or whatever. And truthfully, we really want to, travel. That's one of the main things that we want to do. We want to be able to see all these other places, but we also want to own a home. And right now it just seems like very, very difficult to get there. So I feel like I've been saying that we are saving up for a home forever, because it's gonna feel like that, because we have been saving up for a home forever. So it's just like, how do I get to the point where I can like save even more money? And the way that I can get to that point is to not have any debt, period. So that's the reason why you don't see us going out to eat 24/7 anymore. We still do go out to eat. Usually like once a week or once every other week or something, we go out to eat. I like budget that though into our little like budget for it, so it's not something where we're spending tons and tons of money on food. Because before, like, we would go out to eat so freaking often that it was like, obviously it was unhealthy. It was really difficult to lose weight when you go out to eat every single weekend, sometimes even during the week. So now that we don't do that anymore, it's made a hell of a difference in my budget, but also like just trying to lose weight, makes it easier. I just feel like there's not enough people talking about ways to save money. And if you have any tips and tricks on like saving money on groceries, let me know, girl, because I've been trying. Like, we meal prep, and I think meal prepping saves money, but also sometimes I feel like it seems like I spend more money, but at the same time I don't know. Truthfully, I just like really need to sit down and like really stick to my budget, like strictly. So what we typically do for budget is like, I have an app that I use as a guideline, but I don't strictly like, oh, well, we're about to meet budget, I'm not gonna buy this, type of thing. So that's probably one of my issues, but it's difficult, especially with the rising cost of everything. Groceries are so expensive right now. now, and I just think about, you know, all my friends that have kids and my sister and everybody, and like how they must be struggling compared to, or like how everybody must be struggling because of everything being so expensive. So that's why you see like a lot less hauls for me. And I always wanted to be one of those or like one of those people that did like fashion hauls and things like that, but it's just not in my budget. I can't be spending all this money on clothes. So, especially not if I plan on buying a house, you know? And like, these aren't things that I ever get paid for because, you know, I'm a small channel. I don't have a ton of subscribers. I'm not getting paid to do these videos. And sometimes I feel like a lot of what we see on social media now is completely sponsored. And we really need to kind of like censor the content that you're consuming. Like, basically do an audit of the content that you're consuming and really find out if it applies to your life. Because for me, I had to unfollow so many social media accounts and just people that just did like over the top like hauls, continuously spending so much, or like not spending so much money, but getting gifted so many free products. And it's just like, oh my gosh, like, obviously, I appreciate the fact that they're showing us these products and everything, and that they're showing us these clothes, but I see this and I'm like, oh, I want to go out and buy this and this and this, and I'm like, do I really need to go out and buy this, this, and this? And I feel like too, you know, thrifting has become a really big trend, which I think is great, you know, for sustainability purposes, but at the same time, that kind of saddens me a little bit too, because as someone that grew up very poor, like my parents basically got majority of my clothing from thrift stores and stuff when I was a kid. And because thrifting has become such a big trend in these bigger cities, now thrift stores are charging even more money for these secondhand clothing items. And I feel like that is just that's so sad, because a lot of these people that can't afford, and obviously I completely blame this on the thrift stores, not the people that are using thrifting as a trend, because obviously thrifting is better for the environment sustainably, and obviously everybody should be able to partake in that, but them price gouging products that are secondhand in the first place, that pisses me off. So those are just some thoughts that I've got going on right now. You can, you know, let me know what you think about like what's going on and everything, and if you agree with any of the things that I said so far. But truthfully, I've just, you know, kind of had it with like the overspending, and I'm just at a point now where I just want to be as debt-free as possible so I can live my life to the fullest. I want to be able to buy anything that I want and do anything that I want because I already have the money, not because I put it on a credit card and have to pay it off later. So like, the world has changed so much from when I was younger. I'm so glad that Klarna and Afterpay and Affirm, all those places were not around when I was younger, because if they were, I would have been in trouble, okay? Because I was never like completely educated on credit cards when I was growing up, because, you know, we grew up poor. So like my parents obviously weren't the best with money, and they worked, you know, just like a minimum wage jobs and everything, and neither of them knew how credit works or about saving, high yield savings accounts, anything like that. No, they didn't know about any of that stuff. They didn't educate me on stocks. They didn't educate me on how to build a portfolio and any of those things, because they didn't know. Nobody had educated them. So I think like if they had Afterpay and Affirm and all that stuff whenever I was growing up, I would have been in such worse off shape, because whenever I was young and I was like 18 and I got my first credit card, I was like, oh yes, it's Victoria's Secret. This is great. Tell me why Victoria's Secret is legally able to give 18-year-olds credit cards. I do not feel like you should be able to get a credit card until you are at the age of 25. Hands down. I feel like you should not be able to sign a legal agreement for a credit card until you are at the age of 25. Okay, maybe 25 is a little bit steep, but at least 21, because you shouldn't even be buying a house at 21 anyway, unless you're like, you came into money and you're really good with your money and you know what you're doing. But in my opinion, I feel like nobody should be able to have a credit card until they're at least 21, because, oh, it's storming outside. It's all good, we'll just keep going. But truthfully, why was I able to get a credit card at 18? Tell me who thought that was a good idea to give a credit card to a freaking child. 18-year-olds are children, okay? They're still children. So anyway, I got my first credit card, and then I got my second. Another company, I was still super young, got 2 credit cards, 2 store credit cards. The worst ones to have, the worst interest rates possible to have on them, and then got into debt. I got into so much debt that it took me forever to pay it off. But luckily that I had my older sister to educate me on credit cards and what not to do with them. So I did run the credits up on those credit cards, maxed them out, and then had to pay them back down. Quickly realized it wasn't all fun and games. And then like nobody also taught me about like the importance of having an emergency fund and all those things. And honestly, like I feel like if you're watching this video and you have no idea about any of the things I'm talking about, I really feel like that you should find someone who can educate you fully on all the things that I talked about, on budgeting, on the right and wrong way to build your credit, and like credit cards and just like stocks and everything. So that way you can be better prepared for your future. Because I'm going to tell you right now that if you think that you just putting in money to your 401k is going to be enough for you to survive off of by the time that you retire, you're wrong. You're gonna need more money than that. Unless you put so much in there, then yeah, maybe, but you can't even access that money until you're like, what, 67? And obviously take advantage of your 401k, especially if your company is matching and you know, you're able to put as much in there as possible. Yes, do that because it's pre-taxed, but do not strictly rely on that. Because if you want to be able to retire early, you need to be looking in other ways to invest your money that is going to benefit you in the future, like investing in the stock market and ETFs and things like that. So I was never educated on any of that stuff growing up, and I feel like it really hurt me because now I am like just heavily finally learning about it over the last couple of years, and if I had known before, I could have been in such a better position. Alright, so it looks like I got a lot of mascara on my eyelid, so I'm gonna wait till that dries. And then I'm gonna take a spoolie and get that off. But yeah, but I just wanted to chat with you guys about that. Also, my favorite mascara of all time is from Grwm Cosmetics. It's the best one that I've ever tried, hands down. It is expensive, but I feel like it was completely worth it. I've had this tube for too long, honestly. I need to buy another one. So yeah, but that's, you know, that's kind of what's been going on lately, and like my thoughts on like, you know, just trying to save money and put myself in a better position financially in the long run. I want to be able to live my life without saying that, oh, I finance this. You know what I mean? And I have no issues with financing things that are no interest free as long as you pay them off in time. No issue with that at all. But realistically speaking, like as far as like anything else goes, and like the way that everybody just wants things now, I was one of those people, and I always have been one of those people too, where I'm just like, oh, I gotta have it right now. Or if I don't, I'll die. Or what if they stop selling it? I get one of those things if they stop selling it, because that sucks. But as far as like wanting it right now and then being patient until you actually have the money to buy it, because I'm pretty sure, like, how long have credit cards even been around for? Like, the fact that it's so easy now to go into debt is just insane. Like, I literally had one of the credit card companies that I have increase my credit limit like up to like $15,000, and like it's just insane because like I literally am in this group on Facebook called Females and Finances, and I just see these really sad stories about people that have $80,000 in debt, and I'm just like, how are you not feeling like you're drowning? And most of them are feeling like they're drowning, and they're coming there for advice. So I completely understand that. It's so sad that this is like what our economy has like come to, and like how easy it is for people to be influenced to buy things, and social media has a huge presence on that. Like they don't even need freaking like TV ads anymore because people don't watch TV, they watch social media. Like that's basically like what it has come to. So anyway, I'm gonna get off my soapbox. As soon as this dries, I'm gonna scratch it off. But yeah, I mean, I felt like it's important to talk about these things because I just don't see a lot of people talking about it. Because truthfully, like majority of people that have YouTube channels, they make their money off of these ads that they're selling to people. But you know, I don't typically have sponsored content on my channel because I'm not a big enough influencer. But even if I did, I would make sure to disclose it. There are some of these influencers that are just downright not disclosing when they have ads on their channels, and it's just so sad to see because, oh yeah, also it's illegal not to disclose if there is an ad. and like someone is like promoting content that they got for free without disclosing that it was an ad, that's also illegal. So, but I just watched this video, this YouTube video of talking about the influencer, what is her name, like Michaela or something like that, who I guess she got famous being like authentic and all this and all that, but then now like it comes out that like it's all got to her head and it's different and she's not the same person, and now she basically just pushes out ads consistently to get paid and lies about tons of stuff, and it's really sad. But like, just, you know, make sure like the things that you're consuming, like, you know, if it's legit or not. Like, make sure you do your research before you go out and purchase something just because an influencer told you it was cool, you know what I mean? I just want you to know too, anything that I've ever recommended for you guys to go buy, I don't want you buying it unless you have the money to buy it. I think it'll still be there by the time that you come around to the idea if you want to buy it or not. I would never want you to go into debt to buy something, period. I think an even crazier thing now too is that like some people are literally using like Afterpay and Affirm and stuff like that to pay for groceries. The fact that they don't have the money to pay for groceries in this economy is just so sad, honestly. So it's really sad to think that they're paying interest for basic needs. That's sad. Okay, so now we are basically almost done, but I do want to fix this little line that I have that looks like mascara on my freaking eyelid. So, to me, I just feel like it's sick that there are just so many influencers that are taking advantage of these everyday people and the young people too. All right, I think that is everything. All right, so this is the finished look. I'm just gonna go put on a really cute outfit and I'll come back and show you guys the completed look with some makeup and my hair. I also have never showed you how I do my hair, so I'm probably gonna show that too, because I feel like I never show you guys if I ever like do my hair fully. So I have it up in a hair plop right now. I'm just plopping it with the products in it and everything. I'm just gonna diffuse it with my hair dryer, so I'm probably not actually gonna show it because it would be annoying. But I'm gonna diffuse it with my hair dryer and then I will come back and show you the full fit together. So yeah. Okay, so this is the outfit that I came up with. Please ignore the background. It's like Nathan's side of the bed and it's pretty messy if you can't tell. So I came up with these jeans. Truthfully, I just got these jeans from American Eagle the other day. They are the curvy next level stretch high rise flare jeans and they cross over. I've been wanting some jeans that have the crossover and these ones do have that, so I was really excited about it. They're really nice, but they're just a little bit too, like, these are in an 8 and I got some other jeans that were in an 8, but I forgot the next level stretch jeans kind of run a little bit big in my opinion, so I'm kind of hoping that these shrink a little bit. But the other pair of jeans I got that was in a size 8 fits me like a little bit too tight, so you know, jeans, what can you do? So I love these ones. I actually got these in long and I kind of regret it now because I was thinking about it and I was like, well, all the times that I get jeans from American Eagle, I feel like they're almost a little bit too short, and I'm 5'6", so I guess I'm like right in between like the tall and like the regular height. So I guess maybe because these are flare jeans, these are actually a little bit longer, but they just have these cuts at the knees in the perfect spot and they're really cute, but it's just that they're too long, so they're gonna drag the ground. But if I wear them with heels, they won't. Obviously I'm not wearing heels today because I'm definitely not wearing that type of outfit, so yeah, I don't know. I'm probably gonna wear some Air Force Ones or some not Air Force Ones, some Air Maxes that I have to go with this. But yeah, I'm just wearing my Skims bodysuit and I actually got this little overshirt from Time and True at Walmart. I wanted to buy it originally when I first saw it and then they ran out of my size, so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna purchase this from walmart.com while they still have some. So I actually got this in a small. I feel like I probably should have gotten a medium because the sleeves are a little bit short, which I don't like, but I didn't want it to be super oversized, and I like how this like fits, if you know what I mean. Like, I feel like it hits at a good length and it's got a cute little hood on the back. Let me see if you can see it because of my hair, but yeah, it has a cute little hood on the back too. I feel like it's adorable. So yeah, this is what we are rocking with. I'm about to put on my shoes and then put some lips on and we will be ready. But yeah, I just wanted to show you guys this cute little fit. Something else I want to talk about is these Being Frenchy fragrances. They are basically like oils that you roll on, and I have been so obsessed with these. This one does not keep its fragrance for a long period of time like the other one that I have does. There's another one that I have that, this one is the one that I was just talking about, is the citrus amber one. That one doesn't keep its fragrance all day. Ignore my nail, I'm about to fix it. But this one, the Joy and Bliss Solar Flare Glow On Perfume Oil, keeps its fragrance like all day. Sometimes even like the next day I feel like I still smell like this one. I have been putting these on like every day for I don't know how long. You can buy them at Target. That's where I first got it. I actually first got the body oil from Target, and I've been taking this on vacation, put it in my hair, put it on my tattoo. I do like, or tattoos, I do like, you know, whatever. And they are just so, honestly, just so nice. I really like these. So yeah, if you ever see these at Target, smell them because they smell so good, and I really do love them. So yeah. And then I also mix that with this Gucci Flora perfume that I have. This is like the most expensive perfume that I own. It smells really, really good. I actually got it in a sample size first from like Macy's, and I was like, okay, I have to have this. So Nathan actually bought me the full size version of this. I think it was like 80 bucks. I can't remember how much it costs, but it's lasted me a long time so far. And I think it'll probably last me for a couple more years maybe, or maybe just one more. Well, yeah, maybe I would say a couple more years. So yeah, I love this stuff too. All right, and this is what the final look turned out like. Thanks so much for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please like and subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell if you want to be notified every time I post a new video. But yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.